Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. This is Nuzhat Sana. I hope you all are doing very well. And today we'll be discussing the most important current affairs for 20th of November 2024. These are some of the important keywords that we'll be covering in today's session. Like we'll talk about Asia Pacific Economic Summit. After that we'll see Shenzhou 18 mission, means this mission belongs to which country. After that, we'll talk about International Day for the Prevention of and Fight Against All Forms of Transnational Crime. Then we'll talk about Symbiosis-International-University. After that, we'll see some important points regarding World Energy Employment 2024 report. And at last, we'll talk about the IUCN-status of Red-Headed-Vulture. Okay. So now, without taking any further time, let's get started. The first question is, which country has agreed to provide its integrated antenna system, that is Unicorn, to the Indian-Naval-Ships? The correct answer is A option, Japan. Japan has agreed to provide its integrated antenna system, Unicorn, to the Indian naval ships. And here Unicorn stands for Unified Complex Radio Antenna. So it is a conical structure that houses the antennas on warship. This system is designed to increase the stealth characteristics of the naval platform. And recently India and Japan have signed a memorandum of implementation to co-develop and co-produce the Unicorn mast for Indian Navy ships. And this agreement was signed at the Embassy of India in Tokyo by the Ambassador of India to Japan. Don't forget that this is India's very first military technology transfer pact with Japan. Also, it is the first case of co-development and co-production of the defense equipment in between the two countries. Okay. So Japan country has agreed to provide its integrated antenna system, Unicorn, to the Indian naval ships. Here Unicorn stands for Unified Complex Radio Antenna. Okay. You can be asked that what is the purpose of Unicorn in naval ships? So basic purpose is to enhance the stealth and communication capabilities. And what technology is utilized by Unicorn to reduce the radar signatures on ships? So it is the advanced composite material. And which country developed the Unicorn antenna system for the naval application? Obviously, it is the country Japan. Okay. In the next slide, we'll be talking about some defense related news. The first question is, where was the 12th edition of Joint Military Training Exercise between the India and Singapore conducted? This exercise took place at Air Force Station in Kalaikonda in the state of West Bengal. Recently, Indian Army Aviation Corps has established its first Apache attack helicopter unit at which place? This is Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Recently, the third 25T BP tug Ashwa was launched in which city? It was launched in Kolkata. Recently, where was the first steel cutting ceremony of the fleet support ships for the Indian Navy held? So this ceremony took place at Visakhapatnam. Duslik joint military exercise conducted between which two countries? This exercise took place in between India and Uzbekistan. Which Indian aircraft carrier participated in the naval exercise between India and Italy near Goa? It is INS Vikramaditya. Which Indian Navy ship has been adjudged the best ship of the Eastern Fleet at the annual Fleet Awards function 2024? This is INS Delhi. Okay. Next question is, where was the Asia Pacific Economic Summit 2024 held? The correct answer is B option, Lima, Peru. The 2024 Asia Pacific Economic Summit was hosted in Peru. Here US and Chinese leaders recently warned of challenging times ahead at an Asia Pacific Economic Summit in Lima. And this cooperation, means Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, was formed in 1989. It promotes free trade, investment and economic cooperation for sustainable growth. Also, it streamlines the cross-border movement of goods, services, investments and people by improving the customs and aligning the regulation. Also, it has reduced the trade barriers, boosting the regional growth and trade. APEC has 21 economies, including the US, China, Japan and others, which covers 40% of the world's population and 60% of the global GDP. So annual meetings are held with decisions made by consensus and commitments taken voluntarily. APEC Secretariat is based in Singapore country. Okay. So Asia Pacific Economic Summit 2024 took place in Lima in the country Peru. You can be asked that in which year and in which city was the first APEC meeting held. So the first meeting took place at Canberra in 1989. Which APEC member has the smallest population? It is the country Brunei, and the headquarters of APEC Secretariat lies in the country Singapore. In the next slide, let's talk about important summits and the conferences. The first one is, recently where was the Shangri-La Dialogue or the Asian Security Summit held? This summit took place in Singapore. Recently where was the 52nd Conference of Governors held? Answer here is New Delhi. Which country is the host of the WAVES Summit 2025, where WAVES stand for the World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit? This is the country India. Where was the Amravati Drone Summit 2024 held? Answer is Andhra Pradesh. Where was the Ayush Medical Value Travel Summit 2024 inaugurated? This is the Mumbai. Where was the 66th meeting of Network Planning Group held? Answer is New Delhi. Where was the Global Ministerial Conference on Ending the Violence Against Children held? This conference took place in Bogota in the country Colombia. Okay. Question number 3 is, recently which country successfully reared 4 zebrafish in space, which was part of the Shenzhou 18 mission? If you would have known Shenzhou 18 mission belongs to which country, then definitely you know the answer. Answer here is C option, China. Chinese astronauts recently reared 4 zebrafish in space as part of the Shenzhou 18 mission. And if you talk about the zebrafish, these are small freshwater fish, means they are nearly 2 to 3 centimeters with horizontal blue strips, which are native to South Asia's Indo-Gangetic plain, and they are very important in developmental biology due to their ability so as to regenerate the organs like brain, heart and spinal cord. Okay, so zebrafish have transparent embryos, which makes them ideal for live imaging studies, and with 70% of their genes very similar to humans, they are valuable in studying the vertebrate development and diseases. Also, don't forget that this species is listed as the least concerned by the IUCN. Okay, so China country successfully reared 4 zebrafish in space, which was part of the Shenzhou 18 mission. Okay, in the next slide, we will be talking about some important science and technology related news. The first one is, China's Smart Dragon 3 rocket recently seen in the news is designed for launching what type of satellite? So this rocket is used to launch the remote sensing satellites. What are carmazine, tartrazine and rhodamine, sometimes seen in the news? These are the food coloring agent. National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, NATO, comes under which ministry? So it functions under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Which organization recently released its updated Bacterial Priority Pathogens List 2024? This is released by World Health Organization. What is the name of the brain's waste clearing system recently confirmed in humans? Answer is glymphatic system. Recently, which institute has developed a drowning detection robot? It has been developed by IT Mandi and Palakkad. What is T. coronae borreliosis recently seen in the news? Not a very important question. It is a star. Okay. Question number 4 is, which day is declared as the International Day for the Prevention of and Fight Against All Forms of Transnational Organized Crime? The correct answer is A option, 15th of November. So this year only, means on 15th of November 2024, the world observes the first International Day for the prevention of and fight against all forms of transnational organized crime, and this day was established by General Assembly Resolution 78/267. So this day emphasizes the need for global solidarity to combat the rising organized crime which threatens the peace, security and the achievement of sustainable development goals, and criminal networks exploit the global vulnerabilities including the human trafficking. Then there is environmental destruction and cybercrime. Also, the organized crime operates across borders, which requires international cooperation to address these challenges effectively. Okay, so you have to remember that 15th of November is declared as the International Day for the prevention of and fight against all forms of transnational organized crime. Okay, in the next slide, we will be seeing some important days and events. The first one here is, recently, where was the 132nd session of the Council of International Maritime Organization held? This session took place in London. Which city is the venue of the Ganga Utsav 2024? Answer is Haridwar. Recently, where was the G20 Agriculture Ministerial Meeting held? Answer is Cuba in Brazil. Which day is celebrated as CISF Raising Day every year? This is 10th of March. When is the International Week of Science and Peace celebrated? This is celebrated from 9th of November to 15th of November this year. Recently, where was the event titled as Localizing the Sustainable Development Goals? Women in Local Governance in India Lead the Way organized. This event took place at New York. Swavalamban 2024 is a flagship seminar hosted by which institution? It is hosted by Indian Navy. Okay. Question number 5 is, where was the first overseas campus of Symbiosis-International-University inaugurated recently? The correct answer is A option, Dubai. Here our External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar inaugurated the Symbiosis-International-University's first overseas campus at Dubai Knowledge Park, and the UAE's Minister of Tolerance Sheikh Nahyan attended this event. It highlighted the strong Indo-UAE ties, and this campus, which was fully accredited by Ministry of Education of UAE, it offers different programs in management, technology and media, and it focuses on 21st century skills. So this initiative aligns with India's National Education Policy 2020. It encourages the global expansion of Indian institutions, and the campus supports the UAE's goal of knowledge-based economy and Dubai's Economic Agenda 33. So this development enhances the educational cooperation and supports Dubai's diverse expatriate community, which forms 85% of their population. Okay. So the first overseas campus of Symbiosis International University was recently inaugurated at Dubai. Now in the next slide, we will be talking about some important countries that came into news for some reason. In a gesture of humanitarian aid, India has recently sent a shipment of nearly 90 tons of medical supplies to which country? So as a help, we have sent this much amount of medical supplies to the country Cuba. The next is Rashtriya Raksha University recently signed a memorandum of understanding with which country to boost innovation in aerospace, defense and homeland security. This is the country France. Recently, where was the 5th India-Maldives Defense Cooperation Dialogue held? Answer is New Delhi. The Kia tribe is an indigenous tribe of which country? So it is the indigenous tribe of Indonesia. Recently, India and the Netherlands organized which round of foreign consultations in The Hague in the country Netherlands? This is the 12th edition. Recently, archaeologists have unearthed a terracotta pipeline at which Sangam era site in Tamil Nadu? This is Kiladi. Recently, which country hosted the BIMSTEC Foreign Ministers Retreat to review various initiatives to expand the cooperation among the grouping's member nations? Answer here is India. Okay. Now, next question is, which organization released the World Energy Employment 2024 report? The correct answer is D option, International Energy Agency. The World Energy Employment 2024 report is given by International Energy Agency, and it highlights the global energy employment that surpasses the broader labor market trends in 2023, and still clean energy remains the main driver of job growth. In India, the energy jobs account for over 8.5 million, which means nearly 1.5% of the total employment in 2023, and India's energy sector relies heavily on informal labor. The clean energy workforce in India is expected to grow further, and it is supported by different government initiatives that promote the job creation. Okay, simply we have to remember that World Energy Employment report is given by International Energy Agency. Now, if we talk about the clean energy, what is the primary component of photovoltaic solar cells? Answer here is silicon. Silicon is the primary or basic component of photovoltaic solar cell. Which country is the largest producer of geothermal energy? It is the country US. Okay. And if we talk about International Energy Agency, it was established in the year 1974. And what is the primary energy source for electricity in India? It is the coal. And which Indian organization oversees the nuclear energy sector? It is the Department of Atomic Energy. And which Indian state is known for the largest solar park? It is the state Rajasthan. Now, as a revision, let's have a look at some of the important reports and indices that were in news. Recently, which organization released a report titled as Water for Shared Prosperity? This report is given by World Bank. Which organization recently released the Recipe for a Livable Planet, Achieving Net Zero Emissions in the Agri-Food System report? This report is released by World Bank again. Which ministry recently released the 25th edition of Women and Men in India 2023 report? This report is given by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Which organization recently released the SOFA report, where SOFA stands for State of Food and Agriculture 2024 report? It is given by Food and Agriculture Organization. According to the 2024 report from the New Lancet Commission, what is the projected number of annual deaths from breast cancer by 2040? So projected number of annual deaths is 1 million, which would be because of breast cancer by the end of 2040. What is the rank of India on the Energy Transition Index 2024? In this ranking, India is placed at 63rd position. What is the rank of India in the Rule of Law Index 2024, which is released by the World Justice Project? Answer is 79. Okay. Question number 7 is, what is the IUCN status of the red-headed vulture, which was recently sighted in Kasaragod in Kerala? The correct answer is B option, critically endangered. Okay. So this red-headed vulture is also known as the Asian king vulture, or you can say the Pondicherry vulture, and it was sighted for the very first time at Kasaragod in Kerala. It is a dark medium-sized vulture with a reddish head and loose neck flaps. So it is found in central India, Nepal, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, also in some parts of Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and it is listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List. Fine. So what is the IUCN status of red-headed vulture? Answer is critically endangered. First time they have been sighted in the state of Kerala. Okay. Talking about IUCN Red List, what does IUCN stands for? It stands for International Union for Conservation of Nature, and IUCN was founded in the year 1948. In the next slide, let's talk about some environment and biodiversity related news. The first one is, Teesta River recently seen in the news due to flood in West Bengal is tributary of which river? Teesta River is the tributary of Brahmaputra River. Tail Valley Wildlife Sanctuary is located in which Indian state? It is found to be in Arunachal Pradesh. Pattabhyung Hydroelectric Project is built on which river? It is built on Mandakini River. Parivesh Portal is developed by which ministry? It is developed by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Recently, which country has successfully prevented agar wood from being included in CITES review of significant trade? The correct answer is India. Recently, which state government has introduced the first AI-based smart fence project named as Elephants to reduce the human-wildlife conflict? It is the state Kerala. Yellowstone National Park is located in which country? This national park is found to be in US. Okay. Question number 8 is, Prajnesh Guneshwaran, who recently announced his retirement, is associated with which sport? The correct answer is B option, tennis. So he is Indian tennis player Prajnesh Guneshwaran, and at the age of 35 years he announced his retirement. And if you talk about his career, he won a bronze medal at the 2018 Jakarta Asian Games and reached at world number 75 in ATP rankings in the year 2019. So his highest doubles ranking was 248, and he competed in all the 4 Grand Slams with his best performance at the Australian Open in 2019 and 2020. His career highlight includes defeating world number 18 Nicolos at the Indian Wells Master that took place in 2019. Okay, simply we have to remember that Prajnesh Guneshwaran has recently announced his retirement and he is associated with tennis. Fine. In the next slide, let's see some sport related current affairs. The first one here is, who has been chosen as India's chef de mission for the 2024 Olympics? This is Gagan Narang. Which country recently won the 4th Intercontinental Cup men's football tournament? Answer is Syria country. Which city is the host of Women's Asian Hockey Champions Trophy 2024? This is Rajgir in the state of Bihar. What is the objective of the Know Your Medicine application that was launched by NADA India? So this application was launched by NADA India, and the purpose was to educate the athletes and coaches about anti-doping. Recently, who won the FIDE Under 20 Girls World Chess Championship 2024? The winner was Divya Deshmukh. Senior National Sailing Championship 2024 recently conducted in which city of India? This is Mumbai. India will host the 2025 BWF World Junior Championships in which city? This is Guwahati in the state of Assam. paramilitary force has got the approval for the first ever all-women battalion? This is an important question. Answer is A option, CISF, Central Industrial Security Force. Basically, Ministry of Home Affairs has approved the formation of the first all-women CISF battalion with more than 1000 personnel, and this unit will be led by a senior commandant, and it includes 1025 personnel from within CISF's existing sanctioned strength. So currently it has 12 reserve battalions with women making up more than 7% of the force, and this Mahila battalion aims to inspire more women to join the CISF and boost the female representation in the force. If we talk about CISF, it was established in 1969 and it provides counter-terrorism security to the nuclear, aerospace and private sector facilities, including the Infosys and Reliance refinery sites. Okay, so CISF has got the approval for the first ever all-women battalion. Talking about the CISF, means Central Industrial Security Force, it was established in 1969 and purpose was to provide integrated security solutions to the nation's infrastructure. Now, what is the unique feature of CISF in terms of its authority compared to other Indian security forces? So, it can provide the security cover to private sector units in India. And which international airport in India is primarily secured by CISF? It is the Indira Gandhi International Airport that lies in New Delhi. Now, the next slide will be seeing some national current affairs. The first one here is, recently Indian Navy signed a memorandum of understanding with which organization to promote hydrogen e-mobility? It is Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Which city recently received the first set of driverless metro train coaches which are part of the communication based train control system? Answer is the Bangalore city. Which state government launched the first phase of the farm loan waiver scheme with 6,098 crore rupees being credited into the accounts of over 11 lakh farmers? This is the Telangana state. Which state government recently launched a cultural initiative called as the Writers Village? It is launched by Uttarakhand state. What is the total allocation for the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan scheme that is recently approved by the Union Cabinet? So total allocation for this Yojana is 79,156 crore rupees. Recently, the Border Road Organization connected the Nimmu Padam Darcha Road in which region? Answer is Ladakh. Last is Matwa community is mainly associated with which Indian state? This community is associated with West Bengal. Now the last question is, Nugu Wildlife Sanctuary, which was seen in the news, is a part of which biosphere reserve? So answer here is A option, Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. And the National Tiger Conservation Authority has recently recommended notifying Nugu Wildlife Sanctuary as a core and critical area of Bandipur Tiger Reserve, but it has not been implemented yet. Okay, so this sanctuary is about 30 square kilometers and it supports a high density of wildlife. Also, it is part of the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, which includes other protected areas like Bandipur and Nagarhole in Karnataka, Mudumalai in Tamil Nadu and Wayanad in Kerala. Okay, it highlights its importance in conservation efforts. Fine. So Nugu Wildlife Sanctuary is a part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Talking about the National Tiger Conservation Authority, it was established in the year 2005 and who is responsible for appointing the members of NTCA? It is the Prime Minister of India. And which major project is overseen by National Tiger Conservation Authority? Obviously it is Project Tiger, right? Now Project Tiger was initiated in 1973 and it aims to ensure a viable tiger population in the natural habitat. Also, it focuses on tiger conservation and their habitat management, right? Talking about the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, in which year was the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve designated as a Biosphere Reserve by UNESCO? So this was the year 1986. Which river flows through the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve providing crucial water resources? It is the Bhavani River. Fine. Also, can you tell me which river acts as a natural boundary for Nagarhole National Park? So it is the Kabini River. Fine. Now in the last slide, we will be talking about some important places that were in news. We will check out their location. Arbat Dam is located in which country? This dam lies in Sudan. Mongla Port is located in which country? This port lies in Bangladesh. Saint Martin Island is located in which country? This island lies in Bangladesh. Mera Peak is located in which country? Answer is Nepal. Zimithang, Taxing and Chayang Taro, recently seen in the news due to the Vibrant Villages program, are located in which Indian state? All of these villages are found to be in Arunachal Pradesh. Next is Scarborough Shoal, which was seen in the news, lies in which sea? It is found to be in South China Sea. Poltava city is located in which country? This city is found in Ukraine. Okay. So this is all about today's session. We are done with our 10 current affairs for today along with the revision part. And now at last I'd like to give you some homework. Today your homework is related to international current affairs. Here on the screen you can see 7 questions. Please read each of the questions carefully and try to answer them in the comment section. I'll be waiting for your answers. And now at last, before concluding, let me again remind you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in the GKToday Android application. So if you want the PDF of the lecture, you can subscribe to that course by paying a very nominal fees. Okay. So now we will be meeting again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.